we are. Call the meeting to order. Please stand if you're able. Pledge our allegiance to the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Can we get a roll call, please?
Harry.
Here.
Long.
Here.
Tulski.
Here.
Boslooper.
Here.
Waitman.
Here.
Mayor Gardner.
Here.
And meeting is absent excused.
Thank you very much. As my usual disclaimer, we are recording the meeting and we'll upload it to our YouTube channel in its entirety. Do I have a motion for the minutes and the agenda?
I propose a motion to approve the consent agenda item A through B as presented, waiving the reading.
Support.
We have a motion, we have support. Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Thank you. Moving on to the bills and warrants. Do I have a motion?
I propose a motion to approve bills warrant number 14267 paid in the amount of $14,415.27 and bills warrant number 14268 unpaid in the amount of $12,503.68. These was last week, Leo, as presented, waiving the reading. Support.
We have a motion, we have support. Any questions or discussion? We'll do a roll call vote.
Long.
Yes.
Tulski.
Yes.
Waitman.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes.
Boslooper.
Yes.
Mayor Gardner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion carried. Moving down, we don't have any presentations. We go to the mayor's report. We probably will have a shorter meeting tonight, so we will pack it with content, so you make sure you get your money's worth. With warmer weather, we experienced an increase in the number of visitors to the pier. We had a little slow start with the rain over the weekend over the holiday, but attendance has really recovered. Today looked like almost like a weekend out there with the number of people we have out there. Thank you for the DPW crew for your hard work. They're down there cleaning everything up, getting the beach groomed. Thank you to Chief Vandre and the officers and keeping a watchful eye on that parking lot and working with the parking systems, and Kelly Larrow for helping us resolve some of the issues with the passport system. There have been some system-wide issues, and some of those were affecting us. And we got those resolved for the most part. There's still maybe a couple things, but it's on the system side that we're dealing with, not our side. Lighthouse restrooms renovations are progressing nicely. We have some photos if you'd like to see. Maybe post those online. We'll see, catch up on the progress. It's really looking good with the floor and the tile going up now. Again, this is work that would not be possible without our parking revenue, so we thank everyone who contributes to that. It's the only way we can maintain that area. We put a lot of work into it and a lot of money into it, so we want to make it enjoyable for everyone to use. Dave Gouts and our crew have been working every day to address issues and concerns, including the mowing, the patching, road repairs, upgrades throughout the city. I've been fielding many questions about road patching. They are working on that. Every other day, it seems we get a rainstorm that kind of puts them behind. They can't patch there's water in the hole, they can't really patch it, it won't stick. But they're making their way through the city. This is the busiest time of year for them, the heaviest workload with the grass growing at its peak, trying to keep up on everything, and it's been a brutal winter. There's more road damage this year and a lot more to keep up with the city. But they are working on it. They're prioritizing the really large holes getting in, and they'll be going through a few times to try to get the worst parts done first and then go back and get kind of the smaller repairs. So they are working on it. Your street is on our list and we will get to it as soon as we can. I understand there's been some online chatter about road conditions new streetlights, and police cars. All fair questions, and they deserve answers. While we do own a small fleet of aging police cars, the last time we bought a new car for anything in the city, we bought a 2016 Ford Explorer, which we still have. That was the last time we bought one, and that was the year the J.R. Whitting plant was still operating. We still had some revenue there. Since then, we've only been purchasing high mileage used cars. So you see these nice looking cars, and the officers do a good job of keeping them clean, but they are old, worn out. Usually we get them from other departments. When they're done with them, we pick them up. By doing that, we've been able to save enough money to buy one new pickup truck that you see going around. First one in over 10 years. Well, just about 10 years. So that, we don't go buy all kinds of new cars every year. We just keep the old ones clean enough and keep them moving, and been able to save money there. One of them we only paid $3,000 for. So compared to a new, that's got us by. But it's time we have something that's dependable. And that investment should last several years. There's some talk about streetlights. The DDA does have a streetlight plan. They're going to replace the decorative lights. They go through the city. Most of the lights are inoperative. They're just worn out. They're broken. They can't be fixed. So there's a program through Consumers Energy that they're working through, and they plan on replacing all of the decorative lights down Luna Pier Road all the way down to the beach. It should look really nice. Now this is funded through the DDA, through TIF money. That's tax increment financing. It doesn't come from the tax rolls of the residents of Luna Pier. It comes from a different source through the TIF, and we're only able to do that because cities with a DDA can capture that revenue. And it's a program through Consumers Energy, so once the lights are installed, Consumers Energy will take care of all the maintenance. Any lights that burn out, any repairs or damage, they will take care of that. So it's not coming out of any taxpayer money that takes away from our money. And I thank you for the DDA. They've been doing a lot of repairs down there, and those funds are restricted to just the downtown area. They can't spend it in any other area of the city, just the DDA district. So that is a restricted fund that we would not even have that revenue if it weren't for the DDA. Local roads in Michigan have been underfunded for decades. I don't think that's a secret. If you drive anywhere in Michigan, the state has made progress on federal highways, on state highways. Now they're finally starting to cut loose with a little bit of revenue for local roads, but we are quite far behind at this point. And most of our roads in the city were funded in the 1970s, or were paved in the 1970s. They had a goal to repave all the streets in Luna Pier. So they went through with the cash cow we had down there, Consumers Power Plant. They were able to repave all of the roads in Luna Pier in a very short time. Well, that is past the lifespan of those roads now, and we do not have that revenue at all. In fact, we lost about 65% of our tax base when that plant closed. We're building our way back between the underfunded road funds that now they're starting to make up for it. We're doing what we can with what we have. Our first project, as I said before, will be Gagne Road. We're hoping to have that done by midsummer, and that'll be our first project. We have more projects in the works, and funding for, say, Harold Drive, that's going to exceed $1 million, and we do not have $1 million. And we could levy, we could put a proposal on the ballot to have a special tax just for roads. I don't think that's the right way to go. Let me know if you think otherwise, but we're doing evaluations now for our road conditions and trying to open up funds in the future for that. We do with what we have. We try to get you the most for your money, and that's all I have. any questions, always contact us. We have a budget meeting coming up. You can talk about the budget and see where our money goes exactly, every penny, if you wanna read through that, report. Any questions?
I did have a resident that was questioning the blight along Harold Drive, right where the east side of the road, right where going south, right where the marina property starts, and then to their driveway. And they were asking, okay, it's mowed south of there, but
Okay,
not north of there, and I verified with DPW that that is the responsibility of the marina. And
yes,
since a resident asked, I'm
no, that's a good question,
felt
because
compelled to look into that and find out whose responsibility it really is, but then where does the enforcement lie?
we are looking into that, that is beyond the right of way, so Dave did bring that to my attention, and we're looking at that. There's actually a spot along Evans Drive that we're gonna have to mow that. The property owner used to take care of that. For some reason, they decided not to cut all the way, but we'll make sure it gets cut one way or another and get things back into shape. That's a very valid concern, and that, we were talking about that just 2 days ago, actually.
Mayor, on the kiosk, cause we were out and about Memorial Day, which was packed down there. And the police officer on duty said that the kiosk wasn't working. He tried it and several people, so did we lose funds the whole day?
We'll have to look through the data when it comes through, but that's part of the system outage they had where it wasn't processing cards.
So it's possible.
It is possible, but I don't know.
That would
I don't
be
yet.
so sad.
Yes. We'll have to look into it and see.
And
And
I mean, if it's on their end, shouldn't they reimburse us somehow?
if you,
That won't happen.
it won't happen.
I know,
mean, it's hard
but
to
we
prove.
lost a
Yeah.
ton of money if it was out
Yeah.
all day Monday. It was ridiculously busy.
If it's, if it's not processing, we'll look into it and see.
Because he
But
said
we
he
did get
tried,
ours.
and so he wasn't writing tickets because he said it's not working.
It, and the support because of the holiday was not fully, so we had hard time getting through and getting things resolved. But we will find out.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I have. Any more questions? Moving on, police report. It says none here, but we do have one. Chief, would you like to take the floor and
Good evening.
give your report?
Well, our department's up to 9 sworn officers now. We're happy to advise that we hired Rachel DiGiuseppe. If the name sounds familiar, Jim DiGiuseppe is our sergeant here. It's his wife. She currently, she just retired from DPD, and was still looking for some police work. And we were happy to bring her on. She retired, I think she had 27 years on. Great experience and training through Detroit, so she should be an asset to the city. Plus, it's nice to have a female on, just having another thing to bounce, somebody off of that's not a guy. They have different perspectives, if you haven't noticed. The dispensaries, we haven't had any problems. Well, I should say we had a few issues. It was just people crashing into each other, or a guy crashing into the fence. I think it was the most Luna Pier thing I've seen here. 2 cars hit each other, one from Washington State and one from Alabama. And I said, this is just the most Luna Pier thing that could happen. And they're just like, what? I was like, had to explain the whole. I said, people just show up here from all over this. I see every state in the union in our parking lots. Alaska, Hawaii. I said, I've seen every plate. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But it was just funny. But there's been no problems. If you've been by Bose, I don't know if you guys get over there at all. They're doing major construction. They have a big push to try to get it open. I don't blame them. They're doing a lot of heavy construction work. They do quit on time. Like when I was on my way over here, the guys were getting out of the machines and cleaning up. Looks like they're almost ready to pave within the next couple weeks, so hopefully, that'll be done and they can get open. The pier, like the mayor said, we had a good holiday, a lot of visitors enjoyed the beach. And the pier, we had reserve officers working, we had 2 reserve officers Monday come in, volunteering their time to assist the officer that was scheduled, just cause the influx of guests that we we're gonna have. There was a few complaints, they did receive a few complaints regarding the bathrooms being closed and the porta johns being the only thing. But like I said in my notes, with just like road work, there's some inconvenience for progress. So I went and looked at the bathrooms a couple times and they look very good. Hopefully, I think Kelly wrote in one of her texts to us is like, to build something to hold up to public use is very difficult. So hopefully this will last several years and we won't have to do it again. The vehicle maintenance department, the new truck, we finally scheduled it to be outfitted. It should be going to the shop hopefully next week. Everything's been ordered and it's supposed to start arriving next week, and the guy from the company will start putting it together once we drop it off. We are scavenging equipment, especially like radios and some stuff that we can transfer over. New technology though sort of made us go into a different direction with the lights, because the new lights are they're all LED, they're all easier to hook up, and there's not I'm not good with electrical, but stuff to make them work. So the lights in the control box, we do have to get new ones of those. We are looking at replacing the engine for the Taurus. We're getting a U sedan. A few officers like the sedans to the SUVs or the larger vehicles. We put that off. I know if you read Facebook, I put it off for a while because I didn't know how much it was going to cost to outfit the truck. And so I wanted to use those funds to outfit the truck if we have leftovers. If we have leftover, I want to either get a new sedan or put a new engine in the one we have.
Chief, I saw that Carlton is selling one, $50 minimum bid. It's a closed, sealed, like
The
auction.
police department?
Yeah,
I
Carlton.
know the chief.
Yeah, so I just saw it.
Okay, I didn't see that because I know a couple of departments are. Flat Rock had another SUV, and then Wayne had a couple of.
Yeah, so you might want to check with Carlton.
Absolutely. Thank you. Then I put too much fanfare. The new truck was parked at the pier for the holiday. One of my reserves asked if he could just go put it up there so people could see it. And it was a holiday, and he wasn't going to drive it. He basically just parked it and then was doing foot patrol. And too much fanfare. We received a lot of compliments and comments from residents and guests alike. They liked the truck. Most were positive, but all were taken into consideration. Freedom Fest. I can't believe how fast Freedom Fest is coming up. Joy, are you missing it?
No, sorry.
You understand how fast it comes
Yes.
up, and so so we're doing full swing planning. I sent out, as we've been doing with like the last month of May, we send out just massive emails to everybody regarding, if other departments want to come in and help, if they want to assist us in any way, send reserves or auxiliaries, getting pieces of equipment here, borrowing stuff, and we do that through mutual aid. And I know this is sort of off subject to this, but the gun range, we have mutual aid with the gun range for other departments to use, and that's about the only thing that we give them through mutual aid and they can use for free and use our asset. This is where we get repaid, is when we can go to them and say, hey, we need to borrow your UTV, your $15,000 UTV. Can we borrow it for a weekend? Can we borrow your trailer? Can we borrow this? This is where we sort of get paybacks for that. And so it's appreciated that we are allowed to let them use that.
And it's appreciated that Chris stepped up to do the Freedom Fest.
Oh, I bet you've got a phone call.
It's all good.
Yeah. So we did send a lot of invitations out to other departments, advising them of our festival, so they'll be aware of it if we have any issues. I'm not expecting any, but if we have any issues, they'll be on alert to come assist us, and they can come and help us. And I know a couple of years we had the state police out here just giving out their trinkets and stuff and talking to the kids and recruiting, and it's always good to have other people out. I'm not anticipating everything, but we're planning for everything. I know we have a meeting Monday with the fire department and Monroe EMD regarding, just different contingencies. And just one of the things that's going through my head is the teen takeovers. And I don't know if you've seen these on the news and stuff. You guys don't watch Detroit news? It's a big, huge thing in Detroit. It's where 1,000 teens meet on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and they say, well, let's go meet at, and they all go there, and it starts out generally as a decent, hangout, and then as time goes on, somebody starts a fight or something. So it's a pretty big thing right now, especially in Detroit. They have task force and all that stuff, and we're looking at that. We're monitoring. I got some guys that know social media better than I do, sort of monitoring what's going on. And I talked to Jennifer's daughter. I'm giving too much information. EMD, and they have people that do that also, that monitor, and see if there's anything on the wire, going around or something. So we are aware of it, and we're going to have a contingency.
And we're not the only fireworks that night either.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
Yeah,
So
there's
hopefully.
2 other ones, I believe.
Okay.
I know Point Place,
Point
and
Place,
I
yeah.
think Bed.
I knew Point Place. Good. Good.
Yeah, Point Place is the same.
North
Okay.
Cape used to have one, but I'm not sure they do
All right. And that's it. Anything else? Anything?
Thank you.
You have a good
Thanks.
night.
Thank you, Chief. We had our fire department report last week and our building report, so none at this meeting. Committee reports, DDA had a meeting Tuesday. I know we had an online meeting with a marketing group. We discussed the lights and the projects going forward. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I
Counselor?
just wanted to speak to the presentation that we had there. We did have some, they're a group called the Sandwich Board. They're a marketing company that looks at downtown areas and assists with marketing campaigns and general strategy on how to improve downtown spaces and social media presence and all of that. We did get some useful information from them. And we're continuing that conversation to see what we can do to assist the downtown further.
Thank you. Yep, a lot of good work there, a lot of improvements. I'm hearing compliments of how that looks down there with the extra sidewalk, and people are using it as it should be. You can get strollers and things down along the dike area there, much better now. People really appreciate it.
I did have an ask regarding the swing set that was taken out. Right next to it is that little metal spinner thing. Are there plans to remove that as well?
Sacrilege.
Man, that's been there longer than some of us.
That's- That's actually been a topic of discussion, and I'll defer that to Parks and Rec.
I just had a couple of questions on it. That's all.
If you want to throw that,
Let them get flung
Yeah.
across the lake. It'll be fine.
yeah, it's time to throw a data center in there too as well, and controversial things. We're looking at that and repairing it or doing something with it. It's a very popular
We survived.
thing. Yeah. Good question though. Flood erosion, we're working on a couple of field trips when we can break free and look at some concrete leveling material that may be very suitable for the dike. And we're gonna look at the pier repairs also, even though that's not from the flood budget. That's a different thing altogether, but we're gonna look at some repairs we need to do there and get some ideas. Parks and Rec, any updates?
No, we got a meeting coming up. We are gonna do our first yard of the month on June 2nd. You can nominate through our Facebook page or at the library.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and tell Amy the center thing looks really nice by Chateau, and
thank you, I will tell her that, she works very hard on
I
that.
know, we appreciate it.
I will pass that along. Planning Commission,
In planning, Sophie Lucarelli gave a remarkable, I just lost my words, but she presented for her father for what they're trying to develop down, along the pier there, and she did a great job. They're, sizing it down to smaller pieces instead of trying to present the whole thing all at once. The way that she did it was very good. And I would like to make a correction because it was brought up also at the planning commission and it is in the notes, but Pam doesn't know because she hasn't been with us that long. The garage sale ordinance has not been passed.
yep.
It was brought here to city council and we had turned it down and there was some confusion on that. So I just wanted to
Yeah,
correct that.
I do plan on bringing that back up
Huh?
for council.
Yeah,
council.
I know. That's why I said Pam.
Yeah.
So. But it was also brought up at the meeting the other day, cause some people thought that it passed through. And I believe Jim and I both spoke up on that one on
Yes.
Tuesday.
Yep, the one thing I'll add is the public hearing schedule, you're probably it was a request to extend the marijuana overlay to include the Pier Inn. To clarify on that, explain what happened, somebody approached the city about that idea, they asked me my opinion on it, I gave them my opinion. They do have a right to apply for it, and the way the process goes, they pay their fee to request a zoning change. Then we schedule the public hearing. I'm counting on everybody who has a voice on that to attend that public hearing, let your voice be known on that, because this is something that the city needs to decide on, and we need to know the voice of the public.
So they wanna tear down the hotel?
That, it doesn't say on that plan. Right now, the request is to expand the overlay to include the entire hotel property. They first approached the city about rebuilding the hotel there. Then later on, the information said, they said, well, but we want to have a marijuana store, and we want to expand the overlay.
Where
And
the
that's how they
hotel is?
requested it. Where the hotel is, either,
And this is the next planning commission meeting,
that's the public hearing coming up.
at
That
the
was
next
posted.
planning.
And when's
Yeah,
the
the
public
at the
hearing?
next public,
Tuesday, June,
it's on the,
In the very back.
yeah, Friday,
June 23rd.
June 23rd.
June 23rd,
Public
so,
hearing.
so that's an important,
yeah,
That's an important
and I
thing.
think there should be a lot of people there, because a lot of people are gonna wanna have a
Yep.
voice.
exactly, and that's, we welcome that, and that's why I'm announcing it tonight, and it's posted, it's, either coming out in the paper, I think it's already been published in the paper as required. And I've gotten questions from Monroe News, so they may do something on it to get the word out. But that's an important, it's an important public hearing, and we need to hear from you, and we listen to our residents, so we wanna hear from you. That's all I have to add to the planning.
Thank you, that was our order.
All committee meeting, we have notes on that. We met here at Water Tower Park. We looked for ways to record it and broadcast it, but the way, we were a half circle all the way around the room with all the committees here, and it was pretty much impossible to record all of that and get it in a suitable format where you could figure out what's going on. Each committee presented. We have a report here, we'll make that available, of the minutes of the meeting, of each committee weighing in, and a chance to talk to each other, because every committee has something to do that affects another committee. It was good to get everybody in one room, discuss our goals, where we're going as a city. One of the hits of the meeting was one of the real popular things was the Flood Erosion Protection Committee. We don't hear a lot about that. There was a lot of information at that meeting about what the flood erosion does, how they protect the city, how we manage the flood control system, warn residents that some people think that only the people on the lakefront or only the people in Allen Cove need flood protection. The entire city needs flood protection. Anybody who was here prior to even 1984, and especially in the 1970s, early 70s, when we did not have a dike system, the entire city will flood if we have a failure in our dike. The houses that are elevated high above the flood level will not get water in their houses, but all their outbuildings, their garages, things like that will flood. Any lower elevation houses will flood. The lakefront houses are actually elevated just a little bit higher. The water washes past the lakefront houses and fills all the lower area on the west side of Harold Drive coming down here. Lakewood is probably the lowest elevation in the city. They're particularly vulnerable. And we had some photos up at the meeting of houses that were actually destroyed by waves. They were near the lake, and the houses were actually destroyed, structurally destroyed by the waves of the lake, and we never want to repeat that. So it was eye-opening to a lot of people with the flood, telling that what we're doing, and we've been able to avoid any major flood since, I believe, 1985, and ironically, it was when we built a brand new dike system. And we told the Corps of Engineers we wanted it 2.5 feet lower than what they wanted it, and they were right. The waves came right over, the entire city flooded, and now we have the wave deflectors on there, just to give a little bit of history, but that came out in the meeting, and we have not flooded since then in the main part of the city. Anybody else want to report on? Everybody was there pretty much, but each committee had really good input on that meeting. It was a very productive meeting. We will do it again. We could use a few more members of the public to be there because it was really a good time to figure out, to hear what's going on in the city.
The date's already set, October, right?
October,
I think Wednesday, budget meeting,
I put it in
Yeah.
the meeting notes.
yeah,
I've seen it.
I got the email.
I don't have it in front of me.
I know it's October.
I've got it up on my laptop that's sitting on the table over there.
October 15th. At 6 p.m.
Repeat that again, please.
Thursday, October 15th. At 6 p.m. here at Water Tower Park.
Very good, thank you. Mark that on your calendars, and we will get together, and it was a very good, productive time.
Definitely more public needs to be here.
Anybody else have anything to add to that? I will go on to old business. I am reasonably certain we'll have a blight committee chair to present next council meeting.
Beautification Committee.
Beautification committee chair. Different than the beautification of the yard of the month, but similar cause, and I'll have some good news in the next meeting. Part-time city administrator, anything to add on that? I don't know if there's any new business or committee members?
Not just yet.
Okay, it's not lost. Lighthouse restrooms, I kind of gave an update on that, progressing nicely, and we will definitely be able to clean. Charlie included some proposals to cleaning schedules and things like that. But we don't have any action on it tonight.
What about security? Do we need more security?
I,
Can we add to that?
Go
So
ahead.
we actually were pending a major pan tilt zoom camera that was gonna be mounted on that southeast side of the building.
Yeah.
We were waiting for the bathrooms to be down to run the cable down, so we have a pathway.
okay,
And we were going to do that late last year, but a bucket truck broke it, and so now that we have a new bucket truck, that's what that was waiting on.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, and we will have security, and, really the kind of the vandalism we get will be much easier. Once we get as people coming in and tagging the walls or whatever, now we'll have surface we can clean much easier and get rid of that. Deal with that more easily. Crosswalk signs are in. Dave has his plan of how he's gonna mount them, and so we should see those coming up soon. I'm looking into contacting our paint striping, pavement striping company. We see if they can schedule them to come in when they're in the area and do some of our crosswalks again. They're getting a little bit weak. We may do the bike lane on Harold Drive again because that's kind of fading. It's been a while. At least we didn't do it last year, I don't think. It was the year before, so that's ready. But that'll help with the crosswalk signs. With pedestrians in that area, it's vitally important to make it as safe as possible. The four-way stop has really helped calm the traffic in there, keep things moving a little slower. But more of the repainting the lines and the crosswalks and the stop lines and things like that.
Did we get the dog signs for the lake?
Yes, those are posted. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they have them on the entrance of the parking lot. We have them by the kiosk, so they are posted. We up the signage there,
Okay.
along with no cannabis use signs. And that's the thing you have to do. Even if you, all parks everywhere are putting those up now. Because anywhere in Michigan, it's not legal to consume in public. New business, we have budget amendments. Charlie, do you want to cover the changes, which we do this normally this time of year?
Yes, this time of year there's more budget amendments. I tried to put bullets in there to maybe provide additional information as needed. You know, a little bit of,
We can.
you know, we needed a little bit more funding for schooling, $26 more. We needed some more funding for publications, an extra $325. That's basically due to the fact that we had so many public hearings this last year. Then there's the equipment maintenance, just $11 more is needed there. Just that pays one thing, that's our BSNA annual service fee, and apparently it went above the amount we had in there by $11. Insurance is going up because we have the new bucket truck that we got billed for. The Social Security and Medicare for the building inspector, that also includes the mechanical and plumbing inspector. And once again, that person worked a lot more this year because of all the work that happened, so asking for additional funds there. Operating supplies for public works, another $500, and then city contributions to hospitals, so that's the city's portion of healthcare, another $150 there. Then at the bottom, it really is, it evens out. I'm asking for $2,000 more to go to principal on the USDA loan, but we can reduce the USDA loan's interest by $2,000 as well. That's just how the bill came in.
Yep. Thank you. And those changes are normal. We make a projection based on the reasonable expectations at the beginning of the year. 1 year later, minor changes like that happen. Usually, like the permits, when you apply for a permit, there's a fee, and that covers all the publications. So even though we went over budget on spending, we also had the revenue behind it to back that up, but we have to document that in our budget. That's what those changes are about. Any questions on that? I will add that if anybody wants to buy a bucket truck, we do have the old one listed, Gov Deals. Get your bid in if you need a bucket truck that works most of the time, but not always. It's listed as is, and with everything, you know what you're getting when you read the ad. But that will drop off the insurance as soon as that sells. With that, I will open the floor to community input. Anybody has anything to say? I see nothing around. Is the chair moving?
William Gardner, 1088 Orange Street. Being closely related to the mayor, I hear a lot of complaints, and I'm sure you guys do too, and half of them even worth bringing up here. But yeah, some of them, here it is. Why are we gonna cut the grass when we sold property behind the post office? I believe that was just a mistake in communications. Who pays for the new motor for the police car? The public?
It's,
The
It's in the
taxes.
budget.
It's
The
in the budget.
taxes.
yeah, it's in,
It's
it's
in
I-
the
in,
budget.
I don't come on me on this, right?
yeah.
But can the public drive your personal cars like you drive our
Yes.
police cars?
I keep you're addressing the council.
Okay, right. Can the public drive the police cars like the policemen drive the police cars? I mean, can we take their cars out and take them out on the highway at high speeds for no reason? I mean, it's been seen and recorded quite a bit. I'm tired of complaints about it. That's all I have for now.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you for your input. Anybody else? Floor is open. Jesse.
One 0721 Ellen Street, Jesse Griffin. I'm late. I had other things I had to do today over at the school. I guess my biggest concern is I haven't heard anything about this Freedom Fest that we're supposed to be having. And I know it isn't a city thing. I know Chris is heading it up. But there's a lot of things we haven't got to yet. There's things I know people have said they would like to do, but there's very little communication. And I would like to try to get a little bit more communication so maybe we can have some nicer things come this Freedom Fest. That's it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep, and we are looking forward to that. Citizen of the Year is one thing, it's coming up. Nominations are open. Anybody else? If not, we'll close the public input. We thank you for sharing your thoughts and letting us know. I always say we can't fix things if we don't know about them, so we welcome the input from the public. Moving on to council action, budget amendments.
I propose a motion to approve the budget amendments as presented, waiving the reading.
Support. We have motion, we have support. Any discussion? That requires a roll call vote.
Osliper,
Yes.
Skatulski,
Yes.
Wakeman,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Mayor Gardner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion carried. And that's all the council action we have. Council input and information. I'll start on this end. Councilor Huang.
Nothing for me at this time, thank you.
I'm good.
Sluger, good.
Okay, one reminder is the Guardians of the Canals are selling Queen of Park tickets. It's a drawing weekly. You can get your tickets at City Hall, Chateau. Some people in town are selling them, so if you want to sell tickets weekly and turn them in Wednesday afternoon at the Chateau, it would be greatly appreciated because half of what is made goes towards the canal and the winner actually gets the rest. And each week, if your name is polled, you'll get $50 even if you did not pick the winning ticket or the card number. And also a reminder that the bike lane is for bikes and not for golf carts.
Okay. I will put out my regular notice on the Facebook page that
The bike
the
lane.
quick bike lane rules with golf carts.
Thank you.
We like having golf carts, but that is a non-motorized lane. Councilor,
Did we ever find out whether there was actual core sampling on Gagne?
yes, I did not get back with you. Yes, they did core sampling, and I don't have the results. I can probably request them to have them, but I called them asking. They did the core sampling on that, and they know what needs to be done. And they're putting that together. You should see something very soon.
Okay.
Good question. With that, we have correspondence. We have a notice from Fleiss and Vandenbrink. I've dealt with Chris before on that. He's been part of some of our congressionally directed funding request, I forwarded that to Chris Burchett also, and the contact information. They were working through that, maybe apply for some grants there. Freedom Festival, citywide garage sales, Saturday, June 27th. Food trucks, have some music in town, good time, and a great day in Luna Pier. Fireworks afterwards, I didn't say here, but we're wrapping up the promotions on that. You'll see quite a bit in the future. Parks and Rec, Tuesday, June 9th, 7 p.m. at the library. City Council, Thursday, June 11th, 2026, 7 p.m. Water Tower Park. Flood and Erosion, Tuesday, June 16th, 7 p.m. here at Water Tower Park. Planning on June 23rd at 6 p.m. here at Water Tower Park. And we'll have a public hearing there that I discussed earlier. You can see the notices around that. DDA, Tuesday, June 23rd.
Just a reminder, Mayor, we did move that to the 16th. I
Oh,
think
okay.
that was the discussion with, changing their meeting time as well.
Yeah, thank you for the reminder. So June
DDA is June 16th,
June 16th.
June 16th
And it's here,
For DDA.
correct.
and it's
And it's
Water
here.
Tower.
Yes.
here at
Okay,
Water
thank
Tower.
you.
That looks like they're changing their dates, so we're pushing it on.
I think we're doing a field trip instead. Budget committee meeting Wednesday, 6 p.m. Water Tower Park. And the public is invited to that. We welcome you to that meeting. That's all I have on the agenda today. Get your nominations in for Citizen of the Year. Nomination period is open for that. It's posted on our website. You can send in emails. Just drop a envelope, drop it in writing at City Hall, but get it to us, and we will get it to the panel of judges. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much.